How many of you guys have been in this situation? You're out with your significant other and suddenly there's a lag in the conversation as he or she stops to check out an attractive person walking by. Does this bother you? If it does, you might want to let it go. And Ron is here to explain why.
Dan, look, admit it, we've all engaged in this kind of peeking at some point or another.
Speak for yourself, dude. I've never done that.
4 psychology researchers wanted to find out how this behavior affects your relationship, and their verdict in Academic Ease is that inattention to attractive alternatives provokes implicit relationship reactance. Or in plain English, peeking may actually be a good thing.
I think it would be good for us to go out one night a week where it's just you and me. I think it would be helpful.
You gotta be kidding me.
What?
You just checked out that girl's butt.
For some, checking out an attractive person passing by is a harmless instinct, as natural as breathing.
Are you okay if your wife checks out a good-looking guy?
Oh yeah, I often say, hey, check him out.
If a good-looking woman goes by and he takes a peek at her, you okay with that?
Yeah, because he's coming home with me at the end of the day.
But to many people, that kind of behavior is an outrageous insult to the person you're with.
If your boyfriend and you are together and he looks at another attractive woman going by,
I leave him.
you leave him?
Rather than risk that kind of ire, a lot of people feel it's better to resist the temptation than to sneak a peek. But now a recent study by researchers at the University of Kentucky and Florida State suggests that not ogling that fetching passerby may actually be hazardous to your relationship.
Really, what we found was that limiting attention to attractive alternatives causes those alternatives to become enticing, like forbidden fruit.
The researchers showed photos of attractive people of the opposite sex to a group of female and male college students. Then they made them perform a task that distracted them from looking. Afterward, this group reported greater dissatisfaction with their current relationship than the control group, and they were more open to being unfaithful.
It sounds like what you're saying is it's better for your relationship to let their eyes wander.
I think really what our findings, what our research really shows is the drawbacks of trying to limit your partner's attention.
But even the researchers and, well, common sense say that craning your neck and gawking for too long or too often is most definitely not a good idea.
Don't do it.
Exactly. Not to the point where you're overexerting yourself when you're literally going into seizures and stuff to see her.
And this was unscientific polar out in Central Park, but most couples said they didn't mind. As one woman said, he can look, but at the end of the day, he's going home with me. But the key here is don't, Dan, overdo it.
Right.
Don't overdo it.
I don't know if you noticed, but it seems that Ron had his own solutions, always wearing sunglasses. Kind of just, it's all about not moving the head.
All right, so let me ask you guys, what is your policy on this?
You know, I live in New York City. It's such a good-looking city. It would be impossible to say to my husband, don't look. But don't look for too long.
I think I notice the attractive woman, and I keep looking at my husband to see if he's looking at them.
Is he?
I kind of
Peter,
usually
are you?
never.
Yeah.
Do you point the attractive
I do. I'm like, do you think she's attractive?
All right. Well, tell us how you feel about this story. Please tell us on Twitter at GMA or on our shout-out board. Okay, we want to hear your opinion.